Hi ladies, this is a quick tutorial on how to use inequalities on your graphing calculator. So you know how to already graph the parabola or the line, but what if you wanted to see which side should be shaded, just as a double check? You should be checking algebraically, but just as a visual double check, you can also put this into your graphing calculator. So your first step is go to the apps button on your calculator, and then scroll all the way down until you get to the inequalities. So it's quite a ways down. It's mostly alphabetical. So here's what you want, this in equal z, that's your inequalities application. So select enter. It says that you're going to now enter inequality graphing. Yes, okay, enter. And then it brings you to the y equals. Now if for some reason you get out of this, if you quit out of this, when you go back into y equals, you still have this option. Okay, so it's not just, you don't have to do that every time you want to graph an inequality, but once you open the application and it starts running, you'll have these options. So if you look at your screen, you have equals, less than or equal to, greater than or equal to. And we're just going to put a problem from your textbook into your y equals spot in your calculator. But the first thing you need to do is change your sign. So right now it's an equal sign. If you want to change it to an inequality, which we will do, we're going to look at page 304, number 17. So this was an assigned homework problem. So you have y is less than or equal to negative 2/3 x squared plus 3x plus 1. So we want to change this to less than or equal to sign. Here's your less than or equal to sign. It's above the zoom button. So in order to select this less than or equal to sign, you need to press alpha zoom. And once you do that, it'll change to a less than or equal to sign. Then move over and actually type in your function. So negative 2/3 x squared plus 3x plus 1. And right now my window is just on the standard window. So to get to standard, you can press zoom 6. That'll open up your standard window. And then go ahead and graph that inequality. So if you just had an equal sign, it would look like a parabola, but with the inequality, you have the shading in there. You should get the same thing if you test algebraically that 0, 0 is a solution, or any point inside this parabola is a solution. Now, since it's less than or equal to sign, you can see that the parabola is graphed with a solid line. So let's just look at a couple alternatives. So if you went to your y equals and you changed that less than or equal to sign to strictly less than, which is above the window button, and you graphed that, you should see that instead of a solid line, you have the same graph, but it has a dashed line. Now, if you're just looking for the equation or for the equality, you can change it back to an equal sign. So alpha, the equal sign is above y equals, so press y equals, and then you can graph that, and then you won't have any shading, you'll just have the parabola. Alright, so please, if you have any questions, feel free to come in and see me, and I hope this video was helpful. Thanks.